I've already spoken about Osimhen's excellence on Sunday, although it's quite annoying that Galatasaray ended up drawing the game 3-3, even after his goals. What I even forgot to mention, Osimhen was unlucky not to get a hat-trick. He even still put the ball in the back of the net, but he was slightly offside in the 90th minute, which would have made the game 4-3. But shame for Galatasaray, because that means they've dropped 2 points, and now they lead Fenerbahce by 4 points, although they're still unbeaten for the season and definitely still the favourites for the title. In the Turkish Cup as well, Galatasaray drew 0-0 against Konyaspor. But let's see what happens in the following leg. Next up, Osimhen and his team, they play Alanyaspor away on Sunday. So they'll be looking to get back to winning ways. As for Sai Samuel, as I mentioned, he's unfortunately injured. He got injured after playing 6-7 minutes in Fenerbahce's 4-1 win over Gaziantep on Thursday in the Turkish Cup. So he missed their game on the weekend against Antalyaspor, although they won 3-0 to close that gap to 4 points. So let's see if he'll be out to the end of March or if he's going to recover in time to still join up with the national team. Although Mourinho will probably tell him, my guy, relax. Going forward, I'll start covering this Anthony Dennis guy at Gaziantep. I was quite intrigued to see that he's been starting all the games for Gaziantep, and he's Gaziantep are also 4th or 5th in the Turkish league so far. Also, I mentioned David Okereke did score over the weekend for Gaziantep. Similar names. And next up for them, they play Besiktas away. As for Zedu Sanusi, we saw him come off the bench over the weekend in the 85th minute as Porto beats Aruka 2-0. So look out for that, and let's see if he gets some minutes as they play Braga away, because we know we have a dearth of left backs in the national team, so I don't see him getting more minutes, hopefully. In Belgium, of course, Tolu Arokodare scored his 16th league goal. Although Genk drew 1-1 against Sporting Charleroi, they're still comfortably ahead in the Belgian league. They're 9 points ahead of Club Brugge. However, we know that the Belgian league, after a certain amount of time, it then turns to a playoff round, so they don't really have a 9-point lead right now, but hopefully they can continue and win the league. As for Okereke, he was rested over the weekend in Club Brugge 1-1 draw against Ghent. He was then excellent yesterday for Club Brugge. Club Brugge were so unlucky, man. But it's karma, because Atalanta were so unlucky against them in the last round of Champions League. Club Brugge were winning. It was 1-1 against Aston Villa at home. Club Brugge even had chances to make it 2-1. All of a sudden, Okereke was playing so well. I was watching it on BT Sports. Ali McCoy just kept saying, this Okereke guy is so good. Sorry, I can't do a Scottish accent, but he was just praising Okereke the whole way, all the time. And the next thing you know, 81st minute, Club Brugge score an own goal from nothing. 5 minutes later, they give away a penalty from nothing. So as the Villa just collected the 3 points, 3-1. I'll head back to Villa Park next week. So let's see how it goes next week in the second leg, although it's likely that it will be too much, and Unai Emery is probably not going to lose that game, considering the lead they already have. But they play Cercle Brugge away on Sunday. And then Torunariga played 90 minutes for Ghent in that 1-1 game against Club Brugge. But let's see if he plays against Royal Antwerp away on Sunday. Good to see him back in the national team fold, and hopefully he'll be able to stake his claim to maintain his spot. I already mentioned the Czech Republic boys. We know Igbo was called up for Nigeria, but he was not able to play for Slavia Prague over the weekend, so we wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he'll be able to make that final list for the Super Eagles. As for Bruno Yemachi, really pleased for him over the weekend. He came off the bench in the 86th minute for Olympiacos and was able to get an assist to make it 1-0 for Olympiacos as they played AEK Athens. They ended up winning the game 2-0, so that contribution will definitely do his confidence a world of good. Next up for them, they play Bodo Glimt away on Thursday in the Europa League tomorrow, and then they play OFI Crete at home on Sunday. In Scotland, Cyriel Dessers, as I mentioned, bagged a brace against Kilmarnock on Wednesday last week. Malungo was not in the squad, and then Dessers then scored their only goal, but Rangers lost 2-1 to Motherwell. Man, this might be the worst Rangers team since they got relegated for finance wahala a few years ago, man. Damn, so bad. But anyway, they've got a Europa League game to look forward to against Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce. So let's see how they perform tomorrow in that game. And then they have no game over the weekend to allow them just fully focus on these European games. As for Sweden, we'll see Daniel Dagas Mulder play Legia also at home on Thursday in the Conference League round of 16. So look out for that one. And then finally, Super Eagles number one goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali was in action for Chippa United, and he kept a clean sheet and made 5 saves as Chippa United drew 0-0 against Richards Bay, and he was the man of the match. Next up, they play Orlando Pirates at home later today.